You know, I could just take, I can say this thing, example of few students because there are only few students over here. So first of all, I was wanting to make sure about your attendance, but as I've told you that what I'm seeing here, 27 students have joined, so I'll discuss the same in the last. So what we could do, we could start with our next topic, that is speech writing. Why I am going to discuss speech writing today? Because I was checking your previous year question papers, and I've seen, as I've told to you, that in writing skills they can ask you anything to write. First of all, there is no such syllabus that out of this something is going to come. Syllabus is writing skills. That's it. So writing skills means they would like to make sure that any kind of writing you can write. So that's why speech writing is one part of it, which it has come into your paper. So we have done email writing, we have done essay writing, we have done letter writing. So I've seen in some of the papers they have interchanged letter writing with the speech writing. Means they have asked a question of a speech rather than on place of what do you call letter writing. Okay, so let's discuss letter writing. So I'll share my screen with you so that you can see what exactly the file is. I hope it is visible to you.
Yes, sir, it is visible.
So speech writing you must have done into your schools. Even the example which I took, that I have taken out of that. It has come into 12th. You can say the 12th paper. So it's quite similar. It's very um, nice example to share with you guys. So let's first of all discuss what speech writing is. They're saying what is the format of speech writing. In order to write a perfect speech, we must be well acquainted with the topic and must possess a wide range of vocabulary, a thorough knowledge of the subject, and some research and excellent organizational skills. Here are the ideal format and tips to help you write your perfect speech. So just a definition, and they try to tell you that how we should write down the speech. So first, that is heading. So every speech it should have heading. So if a question it is given to you, you're supposed to write down the heading of that. Question means this is the topic which is given to us. Heading means a topic name. Heading should be catchy and is not more than 5-6 words. You can go as creative as you want with this one. Just make sure do not devote too much time into the exam. Opening line. This includes salutations, means you address to the your teachers, your principal, or you are addressing to the entire audience. Means they are not from school or a college. Then you can just directly say this thing like dear friends or something like that. So there should be some salutation. Then we have introduction of yours and the topic. Make sure you do not mention your personal details like name, school name, etc. Okay, because in a paper this is not allowed. It could be the UMC case, means they think that they will take that you are writing this because you want to pass this information to the checker that you are from this school. So that's why they have told that you can write on your name. It's not you know that uh, whatever you can say that, like you should not write your name. You should definitely write your name, what I believe. But yes, you should not write on your school name or your college name. That's one thing. So we can make here school or college name. Respected principal teachers, and my dear friends, today I am a name which is given to you. That's why I've said that name it would come away. Stand before you all to speak on the topic which is given in your question. Okay, or you could start with a quote. So if you feel like you do not want to go by this and you want to start your speech by writing some kind of a quote over there, so then you can mention that quote as well. Okay, yeah, proverb or a quote, something like you feel like, so you can have it. Then it comes the body part. It's the main part of your writing piece. I told you that in writing skills, any of or any kind of a writing, we say that whether it's a letter, essay, or email, we should stress upon the body part, because that is the part where you mention everything. So here it comes that what you want to say about that topic. It is always prescribed that you begin with a short introduction on the topic. It's meant to be precise. Then you need to explain the current situation, the problems, if any, if it is into the question, and whether after any corrective actions, betterment in the situation has been observed or not. So you just try to discuss. If there's a question of like further, we are going to discuss one example that is on a cleanliness. So we'll see that how it has posed over here. It may include advantages and disadvantages depending on the topic in the question. That is another thing. Now it's important to follow a sequence. It's possible that you have too many points um, or very few points. When you have a lot of varied points, it is better you choose a few best ones and write a line on each. In case you have very few, already explain them at least in 2 lines each. So they just try to tell you, we discussed these things already so many times. That is sequence, synchronization, or hierarchy. We have used that. If we say one, second it should be two, not five. So you should try to follow that hierarchy as well. So sequence of ideas it should be followed. You have to strictly follow the prescribed word limit in the limited time frame. So just do not go on writing, and writing means they're saying like it should not be excess over, it should not be under. So we just try to follow that word limit, because they'll tell you that this is your word limit, and in those words you're supposed to write down your feelings or emotions or your thought, whatever you call, but that should come into that frame only, right? Most important, always begin with your strongest point. You can accommodate the weaker ones in between and with another stronger point. So what they're trying to tell, that when somebody would start up, starting and ending, it should be strong. So it's like a movie, you can say that, if you do not like a movie at the starting, whether in between of it would be good, so maximum is the chances you will leave it. And if you will directly go on to the last part and you have not understood the starting part again, you will be confused about it. So they try to suggest you that your starting it should be good. So whatever strongest points you have, do not keep it for the middle text. Try to pose these things, try to write those things in the starting or in the end. Feel free to give your personal opinion in 1 or 2 lines. So it's something they are saying spotty, like on the spot. You feel like yes, there are some points I should mention down over here. So they're saying yes, you can add those points. Means your personal opinion is acceptable here in this speech writing. It's very important that you do not deviate from the topic. There are chances you may get ideas linking from one to another that may deviate you from the main point. So you have to refrain from doing so. So in a lot of time it happens. You talk about something, means you have started about something, and you have given some examples in between of it, and you just um, you just fell for that flow. You feel like, you know, you were not talking about the topic you have started. You would start talking about that particular thing. I give you example, like, you know, if a meeting is going on of something, like, you know, uh, meeting is off that, you know, we supposed to increase the sales of the company, and in between of it we have come up with the one thing, that was the case of somebody, and that was the example you were trying to correlate, but your main motive was to tell that why we are losing sales. But here what it happens, you have started giving your time just to explain that case. So you were more on to like who was the person, what had happened to him. So by writing one or two lines, it's fine that you quoted the example of somebody, but if you would start deviating from the original topic, so that will be wrong into the speech writing. You know, you're supposed to see this thing. So speech writing is a very important tool. It's not only for politicians. You know, you feel like, you know, politicians they only use this tool. It is for you as well, because a lot of time in your work, you know, you would get a you would get a chance to speak over there. So that'd be kind of a speech. So speech writing is quite near to the essay writing, I can say that, because a lot of ideas you have to make in your mind, and you're supposed to give your own opinion into it. But the length it would be shorter as compared to essay writing, or it will be as per the word limit. Solution concluding paragraph means the last conclusion paragraph. Now it is to be remembered that wherever you elaborate a problem, you always have to mention the steps being taken to improvise the situation and suggest a few solutions as well. Very important, because once you start blaming something, you should also have a solution to it. Means if somebody would say this thing, the financial condition of a country is very bad, and you would start blaming somebody that he is a person or she is a person who is responsible for that. It's one point you have started, but you cannot just take that point only. You should also have a point that how do you think that you could improve the same, right? If you say this thing, if I say the condition of, for example, cricket academy is bad, okay, IPLs, we can say that, you know, IPLs are not happening because of a pandemic, or you know, the foreign players, they are not feeling comfortable to come to India to play it. So we are into that, you know, situation. So they ask you that how would you sort it out. So if you're trying to write something on it, so you're supposed to have points related to it. Means how would you solve it? You cannot just say this thing that, you know, problem is there, money is not there, this is what the faults. You should also have the solutions. So that's one thing they're trying to tell. In conclusion, you can just put down these few of the solutions over there. And it would be great if you could add a few quotes relating to motivate people to take action. I told you already in the starting, like, you know, it's suggested to you that in the starting you can write down some of the quotations, some of the proverbs, so that, you know, people would feel connected with it. They would actually understand that what exactly you are wanting to say. Last but not the least, the concluding line, thanking the audience for their cooperation and their patience. It's very important to conclude what you have started, never leave a speech, or for that matter, any of your answers open-ended. So in the speech, they are saying never forget to thanks to the audience, because they are being patient, they are listening to you. Okay, if you're saying it's very important. Like if I am delivering a lecture to you, right? So you people listen it for 1 hour. So some of you are really working hard to understand what exactly it has been said or shared into the lecture. So similarly, when you say some speech, when you know, say something to the audience who is listening to you patiently, you should always say thanks at the end, so that the person who's listening to you should feel like, okay, you have somehow you have you you have understood the importance of their patience. So that's the importance of your thanks. So you're not thanking because you know, you have got the time. You are also thanking because they have listened to you patiently. So this is what all about the speech writing, like heading, opening line, then there should be speech, then in the end there should be thank you. So let's see how it could be written. There's example. They'll tell you
Sir,
that you, Haji beta. Yes, Haji
sir,
beta, Haji Haji,
sir, I have a question, sir.
Haji beta.
Sir, in ninth point, you have told us that we should not deviate from the topic what we are writing or what the speech is. So, can we take some references to explain what we are saying or we want
I,
to explain?
you're totally right. Of course, we should take examples. This is what the line it means that when you take examples, so you should have a control on it. It's like a horse riding. It's like a driving a car, riding a bike. Because it's the balance is in your mind. So the very first day when we try to ride a bike or drive a car or ride a horse, so what it happens? We were trying to make a balance. The balance is all into your mind. Right, like one day we were feeling that I'm going to fell from this thing, and after the few days you are very comfortable and you are writing the same thing and you're not falling from it. So similarly your writing is also like that. It's like thought is running, so you should have a control on it. You should have a control on it that whenever you feel like that I should put a break over this, you should put break over it. So example, as if it has said that you want to quote example, that's fine, but it should not happen that you would flow with the example only. It should not flow with the example only. I gave you one of the example of related to that example. For example, uh, um, like a case we are discussing about, as I've told you that sales is going down and meeting is going on, and they ask to like, what do you think? What is the reason of, or they are into that we call into the introspection, that they want to know that why they are lacking. And you have said that, sir, the one of the main reason is because customer service is not good. I tell you one of the examples. Mr. Bharat, who brought a car on 19th with us in the last month, and he was not satisfied from the service. So because the customer service executive has not attended him efficiently, and he was asking some help but nobody has helped him. That is how. So this could be one of the reasons. So this is example. We correlate it with the problem. Deviation thing, it comes if you elaborate more. Means example is just to quote few things like 1, 2, 3 lines maximum. But if you will explain more on that, like you will say that, sir, this was not a good idea. I know Bharat, Mr. Bharat very well. He lives nearby to my whole house. He's a a factory owner, and he runs the factory of this. Means now what happens? Problem was why sales is decreasing, and we have given the example that Mr. Bharat has come and customer service has not attended him well. So you related that example with the decline of the sales. Now you're adding points. You're adding like Bharat. Mr. Bharat is a factory owner. He lives over there. I know him very well. This is what an unnecessary detail that should not be added into it. So example, it's perfectly fine. References are perfectly fine. You should definitely quote over there. But in a speech writing, they try to tell that do not deviate yourself from the actual topic. Like if Mr. Modi is giving, lecture on corona pandemic, you must have seen. I have, seen like he was trying to explain something about pandemic, and then in between of I think he discussed something different. So next day, newspapers they were discussing like Mr. Modi has initiated the topic of pandemic, and in between already started talking about these things. So that's a speech. What he was doing, he was delivering speech to us. So similarly, when you will deliver a speech, means then when you will write a speech, you should also concentrate on that thing about the original topic. We should not deviate from the original topic. That should remain into the into the discussion. That's the actual meaning of writing point number 9. Yes, got the answer?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much.
His example I took from that's 12th standard question paper, we can say that. As Mukul and Mahima of Al's Public School had a speech to be delivered in school assembly highlighting the importance of cleanliness, suggesting that the state of cleanliness reflects the character of its citizens. So these schools will be replaced by college. We can say this thing, what everything it will remain the same. So here they have also given you word limit. So word limit is 150 to 200 words. So here is a it should not come over here. That's not. So that's the heading of it. Importance of cleanliness. Okay, importance of cleanliness, so that is the heading of yours. Then it comes, I don't know why these bullet points it has come over here. 4 it has come. Alright, so this is your speech. So heading it has started with importance of cleanliness. In the words of the great John Wesley, so see this is a quote. It has started, it has initiated with a quote. Importance of cleanliness, that's your heading. The first line, opening line, in the words of the great John Wesley, cleanliness is next to godliness. Good morning, respected principal, teachers, and my dear friends. Today, I, Mukul, Mahima, whatever his name, so they have told you that if you're a girl, you're Mahima, if you're a boy, you're Mukul. I will stand before you all to highlight the importance of cleanliness. That is your starting line in the speech writing. Importance of cleanliness is a heading. Then there is a salutation that good morning, respected teachers or respected all present, something like that, as per the question you need to see. Now they have come up with the topic. Cleanliness is the state or the quality of being clean or being kept clean. So I always told you, that in your introduction, you should always talk about what is your question. So if we have mentioned cleanliness, so in the first line, the person is trying to tell that what exactly is the meaning of being clean. It is essential for everyone to learn about cleanliness, hygiene, sanitation, and the various diseases that are caused due to poor hygienic conditions. It is crucial for physical well-being and maintaining a healthy environment at home and at school. An unclean environment is an invitation for a lot of mosquitoes to breed in and spread deadly diseases. On the other hand, not maintaining personal hygiene leads to a lot of skin problems and decreased immunity. That's also very important, like the time of pandemic is going on. So that's why what they tell you, cleanliness. They always tell you, wash yourself, wash your hands, take bath when you go outside, when you come back to home, try to take bath. So cleanliness means as much you will be clean, you'll have less of chances. Sanitizer is something that is a tool they have provided, because if you are on your way and you feel like you do not have access to the soap and water, so then you should use sanitizer. Otherwise, maximum is they are suggesting that we should use, or that is the washing of hands. So that's why they are saying if you do not, it will decrease the immunity. The habits learned at a young age get embedded into one's personality. Even if we inculcate certain habits like washing hands before and after meal, regular brushing and bathing from a young age, we are not bothered about keeping public places clean. For this, on 22nd October 2014, the Indian Prime Minister launched the nationwide cleanliness campaign Swachh Bharat Abhiyan to provide sanitation facilities to every family, including toilets, solid and liquid waste disposal system, village cleanliness, and safe and adequate drinking water supply. Teachers and students of schools are joining this Clean India campaign very actively with great fervor and joy. Good health will ensure. Now look, whatever the person was wanting to say, he has said already. So he discussed about what cleanliness is, he discussed about how, what are the advantages and disadvantages. If we pay attention to what we have discussed into the what we're supposed to write, right? So it has mentioned here, uh, very. Okay, look, the fourth point. It may include advantages and disadvantages depending upon the topic in the question. So they have told you. So in that writing, the person was trying to talk about, like, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages of it. Then he has come up with a solution, which is also suggested to you that, in the end you should come up with the solution. So it has said that, our Prime Minister has initiated a program that is Swachh Bharat Abhiyan. And what was it? So he was trying to motivate families to include toilets, like people were using, you know, going on to the open area, like on the train lines or into the agricultural land. So that is what you can say, that the germs are somehow germinating. So he has motivated people that, it is for their wellness, so they could be away from these diseases. So that comes under that you are trying to quote examples, but you are also trying to give solution to a problem. If you talk about cleanliness as a problem, now you're discussing the solution to it. Now, in the end, good health will ensure a healthy mind, which will lead to increased overall productivity, resulting in higher standards of living, thus developing the economy. It will boost India's international image. Thus, a clean environment is a green environment with less people falling ill. Cleanliness, hence, is defined to be the emblem of purity of mind. Thank you. So, in the end, the crux of the question it has written, and the end, very simply, a thank you it has been said. Thank you for the audience that you have listened to me or you have read my speech patiently. So this topic can come to you. I would share. I was just seeing. Let me see. I have seen one of the paper, so that's why I thought of like discussing the speech writing as well with you. I have seen, I think, one of the paper. Let me see. Which one is this? Means they have not asked let writing. They have asked only to write a speech. I need to see, is this the same? Yes. Look, a question which we have discussed, that is on cleanliness. A question which has been asked in a final paper, that is, you have been asked to make a speech on noise pollution in big cities. Write an article. Write an article. So means a speech. You can say that. Make a speech. Article, same thing. So starting, it would come for your heading. Then there will be salutation where you greet everybody, right? Good morning, my dear friends, or respected principal, teachers, and my dear friends, something like that you can write. And then you come up with your introduction that I am Mukul, and I am going to present my views on noise pollution in front of you today. Noise pollution in big cities. So that is the topic. Noise pollution in big cities. So here comes your question. I mean your the body part where you will discuss this thing. So let's do this. So I'm creating one assignment for you. right? Write out speech. Given topic. And 150 to 200 words. Okay. You can make it for 10 marks. And create. I'm creating a doc over here means there's a page which you can open up and write in that page. So it will be individual, one by one. You can send me back. So I'm also attaching the same. It's there. Student can make a copy for each student. We can do this. Okay. And I'm assigning to you. Okay, it is assigned. Now check your Google Classroom. Have you got this? Write a speech on the topic, on the given topic, noise pollution. And Google Docs is attached, so you can open up this thing and you can write over here. So assigned to 119 people. Is it visible to everybody? Will you please see? Question is here. Like that, you can open up and you can type over it. You can make, like, first it will be noise pollution in the big cities, and then will come the salutation, then your opening line, quote, something like that. Then your body, then your conclusion, and of course, this is the format you should follow. Okay. Is it visible to everybody? I mean, have you got that yes, in your sir. Classroom? You have got it, right?
Sir.
Okay. That's a question for you, so please attempt that. Okay, so the lecture was on speech writing. We discussed everything. So I would post the notes for the speech writing as well in your classroom, the same one. Okay, and along with the today's lecture. So you just try to attempt this thing. So maximum you will write, it will be a practice for you. Okay. So let me take your attendance, and first of all, let me stop that recording. Okay, so that's all for today's lecture. Thank you so much, but don't leave it. I need to take your attendance. Don't write it over here, beta. Don't write it. Don't write it. Don't write. Don't write. Don't write. Don't write. I am repeating my words. Don't write. Don't write.